Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be looking at what get parameters are. So get parameters are also called query strings or URL parameters. They're used when a web browser tries to access a web server when visiting a certain website, which requires certain resources to be retrieved from the said web server. So how do get parameters work? They always start with a question mark. Over here, they start with a question mark. This is followed by something called name value pairs, which are separated by the equal to sign. And when there are multiple name value pairs present, they're separated by the ampersand, or in common terms, the and symbol. So that's the syntax behind get value parameters, and that's why your URLs look so fun. Now, there are two types of get parameters. First up, we have active get parameters. Active parameters are parameters which modify the content of the web page, which the web browser is trying to access. So here we have two examples: the filtering parameter, and the sorting parameter. For example, you're trying to buy a product on Amazon. You'll probably search for the product, and then after that, some people filter by price and some by alphabetical order or like the number of stars in its reviews and whatnot. And each time you do this, the URL is altered and it starts to include stuff like this, like type read or sort by alphabetical order. And yeah, so that modifies the actual web page by when you enter these parameters. Next, we have passive get parameters. So these get parameters do not modify the content of a web page. So what exactly are they used for then? Used to collect user data. For example, over here we have session ID, and when you're using web page, you might reject the use of cookies. Many people do this, and the website then won't have any way to record that you visited that web page, which is quite important. And in that case, it will use the session ID which was visited, and this will keep you anonymous, but your visit will be recorded. And secondly, we have tracking of web traffic. Here, you might notice a special, like these words UTM. So these are basically a special parameter which is called the urchin tracking module, and it's used to keep track of all the different web page analytics in order to improve search engine optimization. Specifically, in this case, we're using the source parameter, is basically uh, shows the source from which the user was directed into the web page. In this case, the user has basically been redirected from the Google search page. But just now I mentioned something called search engine optimization. It sounds complicated, but essentially it simply means to optimize your web page that it has a higher search engine ranking and is easier to discover by users through a search engine such as Google. A search engine optimization is commonly abbreviated as SEO. However, using these get parameters can affect the search engine optimization of a web page and its rankings on a search engine. Three specific ways in which these get parameters cause problems with search engine optimization. We have duplicate content. Many versions, same web page, differing only by get parameters, leads to having many duplicate search results. Engines won't know which web page to prioritize when a user searches for it. Solution for this is to use canonical tags. So canonical tags look something like this. They're put in the head of the HTML document. Yeah, this hyperlink is to the main web page which the developer wants to be shown when a person searches for the website. The the extra pages with like different parameters don't actually also crowd up the search engine. We have the crawl budget. So a crawl budget essentially means that there is a limited number of URLs which a search engine will showcase to others, to users. If we have too many duplicate web pages, it will lead to poor search engine optimization. Case of Google's search bot, we can solve this problem by specifying the URLs which the Google bot is not supposed to showcase using a file called robots.txt. So this file is actually found in the root directory of many web servers, and uh, using something like Wix or like WordPress and stuff, you can change the search engine settings. But when you're designing your own web page from the ground up, you can directly access this file and list out the web pages which you don't want crowding up the search engine. We have of illegible URLs. So if a URL has many parameters in it, it's usually hard to read or remember. This can lead to people thinking that it's an unprofessional video, and hence people might be reluctant to click on it. And the only way we can avoid this issue and is to avoid unnecessary parameters crowding up the URL. This can help with the waste of crawl budget and can help prevent too many duplicate content. That has been it, guys. So I hope you guys learned about get parameters. These are important in web development and especially with search engine optimization. So thanks for watching, and I hope I can catch you guys in the next video.